ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವನೊಲಿದರೆ ಭಯವಿಲ್ಲ ಶಿವ ಮುನಿದರೆ ಬದುಕಿಲ್ಲ ಶಿವನಲ್ಲದೆ ಗತಿಯ ಜಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಮುಡಿಯ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಡಿದ ಶಶಿಯ ಜಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ ಮುಡಿಯ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಡಿದ ಶಶಿಯ ಕಣ್ಣೊಳಗೆ ಉರಿವ ಬೆಂಕಿಯ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನಗುವ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿವನ ಕಂಡೆಯ ಅಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಅವನ ಲೀಲೆಯನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬಲ್ಲಿಯ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ 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 ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಪೀತಾಂಬರವಿಲ್ಲ ಬಂಗಾರದ ಬಡುವೆಗಳಿಲ್ಲ ಬೂದಿಯನ್ನು ಬಳಿದು ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಸರ್ಪವ ಹಿಡಿದು ಕೊರಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತಿಕೊಂಡನು ಹಿಮಗಿರಿಯನ್ನು ಏರಿ ಹಾಯಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕುಳಿತನು ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ 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 ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಿವ ಶಂಭೋ ಶಂಕರ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಶಂಭೋ ಮಹಾದೇವ
We are delighted to have with us today the Kamsale folk artists of Sri Nagamale Mahadeshwara Swami Kamsale Sangha, led by Sri Mahadev Murthy. If you hail from Karnataka, Kamsale Nritya is not new to you. This dance form is offered in the praise of Lord Mahadeshwara and employs a great blend of aesthetic sublimity and martial agility. We also have with us today the artists of Dolu Kunita, another pop dance of Karnataka, which celebrates Shiva, the cosmic dancer. Shiva is said to have made a drum from the skin of the demons he killed. Shiva's devotees from Kuruba community celebrate the killing of demons by beating the drums.
ಮಾತನಾಡು ಮಾತನಾಡು ಮಾತನಾಡಯ್ಯ ಯೋಗೀಶ ನೀವು ಮಾತನಾಡಯ್ಯ ಮಾತನಾಡು ಮಾತನಾಡು ಮಾತನಾಡಯ್ಯ ಈಶ ಯೋಗೀಶ ನೀವು ಮಾತನಾಡಯ್ಯ ಬಲಮಾದಪ್ಪ ಉಲಿವಲದಯ್ಯ ಮಾತನಾಡಯ್ಯ ಮುದ್ದು ಮಾದೇವ ನೀವು
So this is Yogeshvara. Yoga means union, you know. Yoga also means ultimate empowerment. If you are in union with everything, it is a tremendous empowerment. So what is it that we are trying to do? It's an energetic consecration. It's an energetic effort. This energy, this intelligence, which is the source of everything, so that people can experience it because it's in one place. The easiest thing to consecrate would be the human form. But human beings, every day their priorities will change and they will make U-turns. So, we have chosen something else, lesser than a human being, I'm telling you. It's quite insane to try to do a process like this with so many people, but I trust you.
जटाटवीकलज्जलप्रवाहपारितस्थले कलेवलं व्यलम्बिताम्बुजङ्गतुङ्गभानुकान्तमट्टमट्टमट्टमट्टम आङ्कारं बिन्दुसंयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओङ्काराय नमो नमः ओङ्कारं बिन्दुसंयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओङ्काराय नमो नमः नमन्तिषयो देवाः नमन्त्याप्सरसा गणाः नरा नमन्ति शान्तं जगन्नाथं लोकानुग्रहकारणं शिवमेकपदं नित्यं श्रीकाराय नमो नमः वाहनं वृषभो यस्य वासुकी कण्ठभूषणं वामे शक्तिधरं देवं वकाराय नमो नमः वाहनं वृषभो यस्य वासुकी कण्ठभूषणं वामे शक्तिधरं देवं वकाराय नमो नमः यत्र स्थितो देवः सर्वव्यापी महेश्वरः यो गुरु सर्वदेवानां नकाराय नमो नमः यत्र स्थितो देवः सर्वव्यापी महेश्वरः यो गुरु सर्वदेवानां नकाराय नमो नमः ओंकारं बिन्दुसंयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः ओंकारं बिन्दुसंयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 योगेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय योगेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय श्रीकान्तिकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय श्रीकान्तिकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय
न जानाति तव जननम् कालो न जानाति तव समापनम् दृष्टो मया तव महाकारः योगेश्वर काल काल योगेश्वर काल काल Namaskaram. I thought Bangalore crowd would be more lively. What's this, huh? That's it. How's Adiyogi? Huh? So, what is the meaning of this spectacular face? Human beings can exist in many ways of being and varied levels of impact. Many may spend their lives in fulfilling their survival needs and small pleasures of life. Nothing wrong or sinful in these mundane occupations, just wasteful of the power of our being to transcend the waste of our bodies and our minds. In our bodies, there is a little bit of pleasure. In our minds, a little bit more. In our emotions, a lot more. In touching the nature of our being, we rise above the creaturehood of our existence and become a cosmic consciousness. It is such beings who rise above this daily concern and rose above their individual self to get to explore the true nature and the timeless ecstasies of our being. Such a being shall look down upon pathetic and desperate efforts of those who invent heavens to solace themselves and to deceive others. To be exuberant, to be intoxicated, and to be still at once gives you access to the innards of life and the life-making process and the very source of life. It is with this access that one becomes a yogi. Once you have tasted and soaked in this grace, how can we not be a bit crazy about the one who found this access to start with, the first yogi, the Adiyogi? If all of you have a bit of longing, if all of you have a bit of longing to know and experience the spectacular nature of the life that we are, in spite of all our daily concerns, you still can start with a simple process like Isha Kriya, or there is a Sadhguru app which gives simple ways. But for those who are not entangled with the world around, or engulfed in self-created problems of day-to-day survival, competition, and in turn feeling like being stuck in a spider's web and of course you are not the spider. Creating powerful spaces for transformation and transcendence is to cater to those who long to rise, not for those who look up to something. Those who intend to rise above the mundane and touch the magical aspects of life and its source. All of this enshrined within us. We don't have to go in search of some heavenly place. It is all enshrined within us. The question is only, will we find access or not? To make possible as to how one can transcend the reptilian brain that enslaves us to boundaries. Boundaries and boundaries, people are going on creating. When we were born, there were no boundaries. But what we call as growing up is essentially a way of enslaving ourselves to the boundaries, psychological, emotional, social, and other kinds of boundaries that we build around ourselves. Sometimes you can sugarcoat your boundary and if the prison walls, suppose you're put in a prison and the prison walls are coated with honey, if you're licking it every day, you think prison is a great place. But the possibility of what it means to be a human being is not realized. The significant aspect of being human is that every other creature on this planet, whatever they are, because many people like to call themselves lions, many others today want to call themselves as tigers. I just reminding you, it is a serious step back in evolution. Whether you are a tiger or a lion or a house cat, whatever you are, it is very significant. Being a human being means you are the peak of evolution. Being a human being means you are the flowering on this planet, the highest possible life on this planet. That is not a small privilege. But right now, most human beings are not feeling on top of the world. Not because there is some problem with life, of course you can invent many problems, essentially because you have not found access to the source of who you are. Because human experience, both joy and misery, pain and pleasure, agony and ecstasy, is all generated from within. Why would you create pain and suffering for yourself if you had found excess? Because the moment you misunderstand your psychological process as life process, then suffering is inevitable, because the nature of your mind is just a consequence of what kind of impressions, what kind of material, what kind of data. This is Bangalore city, I have to use the right words, data. What's your GB? Hello? What's your memory GB, I'm asking? Okay. So, what kind of data you have gathered decides, and how you choose to use it decides the nature of your experience. So the reason why these powerful spaces consecrated in a way that they become a doorway to go beyond these daily concerns of life, to go beyond the ways of the body and the ways of our psychological process, because what we call as body and what we call as our mind, these are instruments that we slowly gathered over a period of time. And these instruments should work as stepping stones in our life. But unfortunately, for most human beings, it has become a quicksand that people sink into and never come out of. fulfilling the needs of the body, making arrangements for the needs of the body and your thought and emotion. Whole lifetime is spent making arrangements, arranging, rearranging, rearranging many kinds of arrangements, endless number of arrangements. But a whole lifetime, if you make any arrangement for anything, arrangement should be done at the earliest possible time, and the rest of it should be to experience life as profoundly as possible. So the entire gamut of life's possibilities in terms of profoundness, in terms of sweetness, in terms of knowing the nature of our existence, knowing the nature of the source of our existence is completely missed. It is to provide this possibility that a spiritually significant place is created, and Adiyogi represents that. Adiyogi generally worshipped in the country as Shiva, yes. You must understand, as per various iconographic proofs, it says it's somewhere over 15,000 years ago that he walked this land. Over 15,000 years ago, a man comes and goes and we don't forget him. For 15,000 years, he must have done something significant. He must have done something so incredible that after 15,000 years, we cannot forget him, and we still are going on talking about him. Well, largely turned into worship and ritualistic ways of doing things, but you must understand the significance of Adiyogi is over 15,000 years ago, when human intellect generally was not in a shape to understand the sciences of human well-being, the subjectivity itself to be handled in a scientific manner, technologies for well-being. So not knowing how to use it, most people worshipped, a few people made use of it. Though his time is of such antiquity, he is past, he belongs to the future, because it is only now in 21st century that more people than ever before in the history of humanity can think for themselves and think reasonably logically. You may not agree within the family, but that's okay. But everybody is beginning to think. I am saying just about 150, 200 years ago, in most societies in the world, not so much in India, but most societies in the world, women were not even supposed to think. They should not think. So, in 21st century, straight away, 50% of the population has joined and they have a thought process of their own, and it's recognized and valued for the first time. Hey, what are the ladies doing? Come on! You just forgotten how bad it was in most parts of the world, how bad it was for the women. If you've forgotten, you must take a vacation in Afghanistan. That's how it was in most parts of the world. Today, you are sitting here, you can say what you want, you can read, write, do whatever you want. You can even serve in the army. I'm saying you can fly an airplane, you can do whatever. So if you don't celebrate that ladies like this, cold Sadhguru, cold, what to do with you? Come on. I want to hear just the female voices, huh? So, more people are thinking for themselves than ever before. So now, the sciences that he taught of approaching our subjectivity, even our inner well-being, not as a religion, not as a philosophy, not as an ideology, but as a science with applications which are technologically correct and which work wonderfully well. And the reason, the only reason these methods have stayed alive is because of their efficacy. Never have you heard in the history of humanity, never have you heard in these 15,000 years, anywhere, somebody putting a sword to somebody's throat and saying, "Do yoga, otherwise we'll cut your throat." Such a thing has never happened. But today, over 2.7 billion people are practicing some form of yoga on the planet. So when I say yoga, don't think of how to twist myself like a leftover noodle. It's not about that. Yoga means union. What does union mean? If you don't understand, I just want to check, all of you breathing? Those people breathing? I hear only a few people saying they're breathing, this is scary. So if you're breathing, what you inhale, the tree is exhaling. What you exhale, the tree is inhaling. Am I making this up or is this so? Hello? Is it a fact? Now, as you sit here, you've been delivered from your mother's wombs, of course, but you're still in another womb. Right now, this atmospheric bubble that's holding you is just like your mother's womb. It has to maintain the right kind of pressure, right amount of oxygen, right amount of everything. If the pressure goes up, your lungs will get burst. If the pressure goes down, it'll get all sucked in. You have heard of people having problems in altitude and stuff, because essentially you can breathe only if the pressure, the content of the air, what it needs to be, everything is perfect. This is like a womb, this is a womb. It is not just for fun, we call it as Mother Earth. So you're still in the womb. When will you be delivered? So yoga means you begin to experience this, not intellectually understand this. You begin to experience everything as a part of yourself. The barrier between you and what is around you is largely psychological. There is a little bit of other aspects which can be easily broken through, but mainly it is the boundaries that you have drawn. These boundaries, to obliterate these boundaries, to wear them thin at least, is the process of yoga. There is no one form. Adiyogi himself gave 112 ways through which a human being can attain to their ultimate nature. It is because of this, to honor him and also to remind people and to inspire people and also open a doorway, that Adiyogi is here, 112 feet tall. I'm again asking you, is he looking good? Huh? Let me ask the ladies, is he handsome? That's a bang on opinion. So, oh. Okay. Okay, so, the subtle aspects of yoga largely have not been explored, particularly in the last 2 centuries. A lot of it has been lost. In innovations, in occupations, we've lost a lot. But I must tell you this, in the last 40 years since I've been on doing this, it's 40 years now. Okay? 40 years. It feels like 4 days, but it's 40 years. In these 40 years, we have created a certain amount of spiritual thirst across the world. Across the world, without an exception of any nation. So, those of you who belong to this region, you must understand, once we have some facilities ready, people from all over the world, literally from every country will be coming here. Those of you who have lands and homes close by, you must become hosts for all of them and turn this entire place into a spiritually rich region, not just the center. Because this is what this culture is about. This culture is not invested in simply going on making bigger and bigger arrangements. Everybody everywhere in the world is talking about sustainability, environment, nonsense. I'm telling you, the only and only reason the planet is getting ripped apart is in search of human well-being, human happiness. I don't know how much more you have to dig into the earth before you are happy. Hello? How much more should we turn the earth upside down before we are happy? So, if you think you will be happy after making all these arrangements, you will see somebody will be making a funeral arrangement before the arrangements are complete. Before you think you have everything that you need, home to big home to bigger home, small car to bigger car, bigger car to bigger car. By the time you make all the arrangements, somebody will be making funeral arrangements for you. That is if they care, otherwise, who knows, like COVID times, what happened? Terrible things happened, all right? So, I want you to understand this, the purpose and the reason why these thousands of volunteers have worked to make this place happen. In how much time? This is something you must know. The Adiyogi is up in less than 5 months. When this was done in Isha Yoga Center in Coimbatore, it was done in 8 months. Everybody said that's a… This has happened in 5 months. But 5 months into 3, actually it's 15 months because everybody worked 3 shifts, So, this frenzy of doing things at this pace is because this is the most needed thing right now in the world. WHO, the World Health Organization, is talking about a mental health pandemic. Maybe 3 years ago, you did not know what does the word pandemic mean. But today all of you know it for sure. Almost every one of us have lost someone who was dear to us during the pandemic. Almost every one of us. So, we know what is a pandemic. Now they're talking about a mental health pandemic. What this means is, now in this, all of you who are here, whatever the number, if 100 people have some problem, all of you will get it. That's what a pandemic means. So, mental health pandemic, can you imagine? Are you already going… Hello? Yes, you are. See, you can call it stress, you can call it tension, you can call it misery, you can call it anxiety, you can call it whatever you want. Essentially, if nobody is poking you with a knife or a screwdriver, if you are poking yourself with your own thoughts and emotions, you are a little bit crazy. Hello? Hello? So, for this many people, you think NIMHANS has beds? Do you think we have enough psychiatrists to handle 8 billion people? Because everybody is busy using their mental faculties to torture themselves in 1,000 different ways every day from morning to evening. And they think and they even think they have a wonderful life because they bought a new car and they have a big house and they have a husband, wife, children. All this, it doesn't matter what you have. If you do not know the joy of your existence, you're wasting yourself. So if we want to see that humanity lives to its full potential, one of the most important things is to bring back this culture of turning inward and knowing that human experience is manufactured within us. It doesn't come to us from anywhere. It comes from within us. What is within us must happen the way we want. What is in the world will not always happen our way, because there are so many people, so many things will happen, but what is within you must happen your way. I know you're always complaining, your husband is not the way he should be. Hello? Hey, come on, tell me it's okay. He's not. My wife is not at all the way I want her to be. She was like that the day I married, but now she's become many other things. And my children, of course, they're always a pain in the neck. And my boss, he's not even human. What is there to talk about him? Like this. Nobody in your life will ever happen 100% the way you want them to be. But I'm asking you, is it not important this one person happens your way? Hello? This one person must happen your way. If you don't happen the way you want yourself to be, then what's the point? Everybody else may be whichever way, but you're not happening the way you want. Once you don't happen the way you want, this means your faculties are not taking instructions from you. This means mental health pandemic is already manifesting. Where there is not enough room in the hospital, so they left you out. Hello? They left you outside because there is not enough room. This is important. This is important for you as a generation of people, and this is important for the future generations, that you make yourself into a stable, exuberant and wonderful human being. And the tools to make this happen is what yoga is about. The tools, 112 tools that he offered are phenomenal tools that can be applied to just about any kind of human being. That's what this is about. That is why all this fuss. Tools. Sadhguru, we thought you're going to bring the heaven down, but you're talking about tools, mechanical screwdrivers and spanners. Yes, if you do not know the significance of a tool, I must tell you this. The only reason why human beings are dominating the planet is simply our ability to use tools. The other creatures not capable of using tools, otherwise many of them are stronger than us, with their life they're smarter than us, but we can use tools, that is the main thing. People come and when I say, Yogeshwar Linga is a tool for your well-being, Sadhguru, don't say this. Adi Yogi is more than my life. So then I tell them, okay, you do one thing, come and stay. We'll give you some work, maybe we will give you plumbing maintenance work. No tools. You can do it with your hands. All the skin will peel off. If you want, you can use your teeth. Some of them will go off. In 3 days, when you lost your teeth and your skin is peeled off, if I give you a winch or a spanner, will you worship it or not? Hello? Will you worship it or not? So this is the power of the tool. The problem is this, if you do not have the right kind of tool, even simple things become so complex. The chair on which you're sitting, just feel and see, there is a screw there, try to undo it with your hands. You will only have pain and suffering. A screwdriver, just do the job, all right? So this is the power of the tool. Yoga is a complex variety of tools. You can call them technologies, but essentially these are tools. To offer these tools to variety of people at different levels, people who are willing to invest, people who think their life is only this much, that they think they can invest only 10 to 15 minutes a day for their well-being, we have one kind of tools. Somebody who wants to invest an hour, we have another kind of tool. Somebody who wants to invest more, we have another kind of tool. Depending on your longing, there 12 fantastic tools. That is what this spectacular being represents. What? Kambali? Oh, they're coming, they're not coming. So, the possibility for every kind of human being. Oh, this yoga means what, should I become a yogi? Should I go and live in the Himalayan cave? There is no such possibility because all the caves are taken, I'm telling you. I've been trekking there since I was 19. All the caves have been taken, there are no caves left for you to go. And you know some parts of Himalayas are sinking, unfortunately. So, it is not about the Himalayan cave, it is about this one. Will you keep this as a dark cave or will you light this up? That is the question. Hello? That's a question. Will you keep this as a dark cave or will you light it up? So if you want to light it up, you must at least see where the wick is, what to do about it. Little bit of oil, some fuel, these things are needed. If you don't earn these things, well, the only light you will see is the funeral pyre. I'm not trying to be strong on you, but half your life is gone for most of you. If you don't wake up even now, when? Hello? And how do you know only half is gone? Has anybody here come with a guarantee card that you will live? Your astrologer told you will live to be 85, but he died the next day. Hello? It's happened, isn't it? It's happened many times. So, it doesn't matter what kind of predictions, what kind of projections, what kind of plans you have for life. Life is a brief happening. If you explore the full spectrum of what human possibilities are, then life is terribly brief. Have you noticed on a particular day when you're very happy? Hello, those people at the back, have you ever been very happy? Full day? Okay. If you are very happy on a particular day, then you find 24 hours, poof, went off like a moment. Another day, you are little in this mode. On that day, 24 hours feels like 1,000 years. You had this? So, time is a very relative experience. So what I'm telling you is, only miserable people can have a long life. If you're a joyful, vibrant, exuberant human being, which is what you should be when you're alive, then if you live for 100 years, it'll be gone in no time. So, this possibility is not just about being joyful. Joy is not the goal of life. Joy is the necessary ambience for you to become a possibility. Only when you're joyful by your own nature and you have no fear of suffering, because you're joyful by your own nature, as a consequence, you have no fear of suffering. Because you have no fear of suffering, you can walk full stride in your life. Otherwise, the fear of suffering limits you in such a way that all the time you're taking half steps. Just look at everything that you might have done in your life. Somewhere the fear of suffering, what will happen, what will… ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೋ. What will happen? You and me will live and you and me will die one day. That's all that'll happen. Right now, when the life is on, but Sadhguru, I lost my job, that means you have a lot of time to live. Sadhguru, my family like this happened, that happened. No matter what is happening, I want you to understand, first of all, what is your place in the universe? See, in this vast cosmos, where it begins, where it ends, nobody knows. Neither the religious people nor men of science have figured out where the cosmos begins and where it ends. In this vast cosmos, this solar system upon where we are right now, it is a tiny speck. In this tiny speck, planet Earth is a microspeck. In that microspeck, Bengaluru is a super microspeck. Chikkaballapura is a super microspeck. In that, you are a big man. This is a serious problem. This is a very serious problem. There is no context to our existence. Both in terms of time and space, what you occupy here is such a minuscule, that even if you were not here, nobody would have noticed. Nobody in this universe would have noticed whether you and me are here or not. But at the same time, we are invested with the possibility of touching the limitless possibilities of this universe, not physically, but experientially. Just see your eyes, how big are they? Not more than 1.5 inches, even if you have very big eyes, you can look at the sky and capture the whole thing with this small little eye. This is the nature of your experience. If you open up your inner eye, you can capture the whole cosmos in your experience. Physically, if you try to handle life, you will end up handling very small aspects of life because physically we are small, we are extremely small. We are just about like any other ant or worm on the planet, we are that small. But experientially, we can be a limitless possibility. This is what Adiyogi opens up for you. This is what Yogeshwar Linga is about. It's my wish and my blessing that every one of you should be, if you are not ecstatic, at least you must be joyful. If you're not even joyful, at least you must know the beauty of being peaceful. Below that, I will not reduce the bar for you. Is that okay? It's our pleasure to have Chief Minister and our beloved local Minister of Health and many other responsibilities So, wonderful to have them here and all of you have been waiting. We will want the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, to unveil Adiyogi, but before that, there are a few people who are waiting to perform something for them. Will you stay alive or… Once in a way, when I ask you, you come alive, otherwise, whoosh, stay alive.
We now have a very special performance by Radhe Jaggi and the students of Isha Samskriti. Radhe is an accomplished Bharatanatyam artist who has performed at prestigious venues across India and United States. Radhe speaks passionately about the arts and has recently taken on coordination role with Isha Samskriti. Radhe is also Sadhguru's daughter. Isha Samskriti is a unique offering to children envisioned by Sadhguru. It provides an ideal environment for children to unfold in harmony within themselves and the world around them. At a time when modern education is geared towards inculcating information at the behest of social and technological changes, Isha Samskriti is an education system steeped in Indian classical arts that enables a child to grow to their full potential, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Through the 12 years of a child's formative life, children are soaked in the aesthetics and discipline of Carnatic and Hindustani music, Bharatnatyam, and the martial art of Kalaripayattu. In Sadhguru's words, these children are not for the university, but for the universe.
One with a heart of fire, draped in the rivers and oceans, with hair of open sky and a body, the ground that we walk upon. Mother Earth, our source and sustenance. Time is ticking away as we exploit this strong and gentle source of life. To build our lives, our comforts, our luxuries, we have ignored her plea. Time is ticking away. It's time to reinvigorate and celebrate this mother who has birthed us, fed us, and one who will welcome us into her bosom in our death. O Mother, in celebration of your grandeur, in concern for your well-being, in love with all that you are, we dance in tune to your rhythm as we are just a part of you.
Beneath my feet, your soil. When you rise, you become a tree. Again, you fall as a leaf. Who are you? You come up as a crop. You give me life as food. Whether I am alive or dead, you are the only refuge. Who are you? You come as water. You come as milk. You come as honey. Who are you? If I eat, it is soil. If I breathe, it is soil. If I die, it is soil. Oh, my mother, who are you?
Dinaka
Soil. In the root, there is a stalk. In the stalk, there is branch. In the branch, leaves, bud, flower and fruit, all rooted in soil. That is not our making. The soil, the very soul of all life, shall neither perish nor is created, but in a constant turnaround. A tree and a termite hill, the rough hide of an elephant and the fine silk of the spider, the beasts that you kill and the people that you love, all a recycle of soil, soil and soil. Soil body. The magic of soil is it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Thank you. It is a great honor and privilege to welcome our chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Basavaraj Bommai, the Honorable Minister for Health, Family Welfare and Medical Education, Dr. K. Sudhakar, Shri B.C. Nagesh, the Minister for School Education, Shri C.C. Patil, the Minister of PWD. We now present a dance form which is not for entertainment, but a form of worship to unite humanity with divinity. From the beautiful state of Kerala, we have the Kerala fire dancers, Teyyam. This evening, to unveil the Adiyogi.
Over 15,000 years ago, a being appeared in the upper regions of Himalayas. No one knew who he was, where he came from. The origins of this spectacular being were unknown. When his ecstasy allowed him some movement, he danced wildly. When intensity peaked, he became utterly still. People saw that he was experiencing dimensions that no one had ever known or able to fathom. His ecstasy and intensity allowed him to transcend his physical form. Witnessing an individual human in union with the cosmos, they called him a yogi, as he was the first one, the Adiyogi. When his stillness lasted for years on end, curious onlookers melted away. Only 7 seekers remained, as they could not tear themselves away from him. He transmitted the profound science of yoga in its full depth and dimension. He expounded 112 methods of attainment, offering his disciples access to the deepest innards of creation. In this magnificent state of yoga, many mysteries of the created and the uncreated cascaded upon his unbridled wild hair. It was a vision of the very core of the cosmos in all its profundity and magnificence, a vision of the unfathomable mysteries of the universe, a most overwhelming vision the sages and Devi Parvati had ever witnessed. Devi Parvati, seeing Adiyogi reveling in ecstatic states, said, "I want to have what you have. Show me the way." Adiyogi absorbed her and made her a part of himself, and hence he is the Ardhanari, the ideal man, where one half of him is woman. Seeing the splendor of this magnificent union, Ghanas, his constant companions, asked, "What about us?" Adiyogi said, "Just drink of me," which drove them into intoxicated raptures. Seven sages, the Saptarishis, took the sacred science of yoga in all its forms to human habitations across the planet, which turned into crucibles of civilization. This spectacular being is not of the past, but the future of humanity. To move humanity from hallucinations of ups and downs to nameless ecstasies of one's interiority. Mahadevaya Namaha, Mahadevaya Namaha, Mahadevaya Namaha.
भूमिमङ्गलम्
भूमिमङ्गलम्
उदकमङ्गलम्
उदकमङ्गलम्
अग्निमङ्गलम्
अग्निमङ्गलम्
वायुमङ्गलम्
वायुमङ्गलम्
गगनमङ्गलम्
गगनमङ्गलम्
सूर्यमङ्गलम्
सूर्यमङ्गलम्
चन्द्रमङ्गलम्
चन्द्रमङ्गलम्
जीवमङ्गलम्
जीवमङ्गलम्
जगतमङ्गलम्
जगतमङ्गलम्
देहमङ्गलम्
देहमङ्गलम्
मनोमङ्गलम्
मनोमङ्गलम्
आत्ममङ्गलम्
आत्ममङ्गलम्
भूमिमङ्गलम् उदकमङ्गलम् अग्निमङ्गलम् वायुमङ्गलम् गगनमङ्गलम् सूर्यमङ्गलम् चन्द्रमङ्गलम् जीवमङ्गलम् जगतमङ्गलम् देहमङ्गलम् मनोमङ्गलम् आत्ममङ्गलम् सर्वमङ्गलं भवतु 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 सर्वमङ्गलं भवतु 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 सर्वमङ्गलं भवतु 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 रुद्रमहेश्वर भुजङ्गभूषण नीलकण्ठाय देवाय
आदियोगिनं मां सश्रद्धे मुक्तिदायिने आदियोगिने दिव्य आरती अर्पयामि
वीरभद्राय कालकालाय मृत्युञ्जयाय देवाय
आदियोगिनं मां सश्रद्धे मुक्तिदायिने आदियोगिने दिव्य आरती अर्पयामि
हर हर हराय शिव शिव शिवाय ताण्डव प्रियाय देवाय
आदियोगिनं मां सश्रद्धे मुक्तिदायिने आदियोगिने दिव्य आरती अर्पयामि
Located near Nandi Hills in Bengaluru, Sadhguru Sannidhi includes many energized spaces for self-transformation. Naga is a powerful deity consecrated by Sadhguru for health, prosperity, overcoming obstacles, and exploring the mystical dimensions of life. There are several rituals and processes such as Dosh Nivaran Arpan, Kal Sarpa Seva, Naga Aarti, and Naga Snanam for one to benefit from Naga's abundant grace. Devotees can also participate in the Yoga Sandhya at the Yogeshwar Linga every day, as well as the spectacular Adi Yogi Divya Darshanam. Sadhguru Sannidhi is open every day from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Everyone, irrespective of caste, creed or religion, is welcome to benefit from the space. In the Grace of Yoga is a powerful yoga program with Sadhguru to cleanse your system physically and energetically and bring your body and mind to a vibrant state of health and rejuvenation. Participants will have the rare opportunity to imbibe powerful tools from Sadhguru for the purification of the 5 elements. These tools can lead to many benefits, including stabilizing the body and mind and preparing one to experience powerful meditative states. Participants can also join the exclusive Panchabhuta Kriya offered by Sadhguru.
It is our endeavor to create various devices here which will allow people to make this happen for themselves in such a way that the very way you exist is a Panchabhuta Kriya.
May I now request our chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Basavaraj Bommai, and the Honorable Minister for Health, Family Welfare and Medical Education, Dr. K. Sudhakar, and Sadhguru to please proceed towards the stage. May I now request Sadhguru to welcome and felicitate our honorable guests. May I now request the Honorable Minister, Dr. K. Sudhakar, to launch Adi Yogi, The Source of Yoga, a book in Kannada by Sadhguru. This book is a tribute to Shiva, the Adi Yogi. It is a chronicle of the progenitor of mysticism by a contemporary mystic. It captures the unspeakable enigma of Adi Yogi in a spellbinding wave of words, ideas, and stories that will leave one transformed. May I request Dr. Sudhakar to present the book to the Honorable Chief Minister. May I request the Honorable Ministers to kindly take their seats. May I now request the Honorable Minister, Dr. Sudhakar, to please address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಗ್ಗಿ ವಾಸುದೇವ್ಜಿಯವರು ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಶಿವನ ಪ್ರತಿಮೆಯನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡಿನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು, ಸರಳ ಸಜ್ಜನಿಕೆಯ ನಾಯಕರು ಶ್ರೀ ಬಸವರಾಜ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿರವರ ಅಮೃತ ಹಸ್ತದಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಮೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಲೋಕಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಭಾಗದ ಜನರು, ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನಂತ ಅನಂತ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು, ಆಭಾರಿಯನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು ಎರಡನೇ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ. The first Adiyogi is near the Coimbatore, where it was unveiled by our beloved Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. The second Adiyogi, Sadhguru has chosen this pious land, Chikbalapur, and we are deeply honored. We feel ecstatic because our beloved leader, our beloved Honorable Chief Minister has the opportunity to unveil Adiyogi in Karnataka. ಇವತ್ತು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದಿನ. ಮಕರ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿಯನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಕರ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸೂರ್ಯನು ಇವತ್ತು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ಚಲನೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಳೆದ 8 ದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಸವ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. 15 ವರ್ಷಗಳಾಗಿದೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಾಗಿ. ಅಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು 9ನೇ ದಿವಸ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಮೆಯನ್ನು ಅನಾವರಣ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿಯೂ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಾದರೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದ ಪಾಲಿಗೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಐಸಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಕೇಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪವಿತ್ರವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಆದಿಯೋಗಿಯವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಭೋಗ ನಂದೀಶ್ವರ ನಂದಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯೋಗ ನಂದೀಶ್ವರ ನಂದಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪಾಪಾಗ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೀರಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇಂದ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಯವರ ಚರಿತ್ರೆ ಇದೆ. ಕೈವಾರ ತಾತಯ್ಯನವರು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆವಲಗೂರ್ಕಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಲೋಕಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಆಗಿರೋದು ತಲೆ ಎತ್ತಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಈ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಸತ್ವವನ್ನು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಗದ ಜನರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅನಂತ ಕೋಟಿ ನಮನಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ಶಾಸಕನಾಗಿ, ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ, ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಏನು ಇಶಾ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನಿಂದ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಶಾಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ತೆರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ, ಈ ಭಾಗದ ಜನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕೆಲವು ದಿನಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾರು ಈ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರನ್ನು ತರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಚಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಅದೇ ಜನ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ತೊಡಕನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆದರೆ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನೆಲೆಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಡಚಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಿಸಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನಾವರಣೆಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಇಂಥ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸದ್ಗುರುವರು ಎಂದೂ ಕೂಡ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಲಾಭಕ್ಕೆ ಏನನ್ನೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರೇ ಲೋಕ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಲೋಕಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಅವರೇ ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಚೇತನ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡಿನವರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮಗೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ, ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಆ ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಚಿವರು ನಾಗೇಶ್ರವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಲೋಕೋಪಯೋಗಿ ಸಚಿವರು, ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರವರು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡು ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಶಾ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾನದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಯೋಧರು ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲವೇ ತಿಂಗಳುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅನಾವರಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಮೂಕ ವಿಸ್ಮಿತನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ಬಿಲೀವಬಲ್. ವಿದಿನ್ ಎ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ this Murti is here for unveiling. It is a stupendous job. It is impossible job. Only devotees of Isha Foundation could have done this, and you have done this. My great appreciation, my acknowledgements to all the. Thank you, one and all. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, Honorable Minister Dr. K. Sudhakar, for your wonderful, strong words of support. May I now request the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Basivaraj Bommai, to please address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಕರ ಸಂಕ್ರಮಣದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಶುಭ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿಯ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶಿವ ವಿಸ್ಮಯ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಶಿವನನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಂಗೆ. ಕಾಲಾತೀತವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಈ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಈ ಕಾಲಾತೀತ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಒಂದು ತೃಣ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ತೃಣ. ನಮಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚಿನ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ನಂತರವೂ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತೃಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕು ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಸಣ್ಣದು. ಆ ತೃಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತೃಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕು. ಹುಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ಸಾವು ಇವು ಎರಡೂ ಕೇವಲ ಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಘಟನೆಗಳು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಹೀಗಿರುವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಕರ್ತ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಾಹಸ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸಾಧನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸದ್ಗುರುಜಿಯವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರಿನ ಪುಣ್ಯಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಗ್ಯಶಾಲಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ತಾವು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅಲ್ಲ ಸದಾಗುರು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಾಲಾತೀತವಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಸದಾಕಾಲ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ತಾವು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಶೋಧನೆ, ತಾವು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಸಾಧನೆ, ತಾವು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ತಪಸ್ಸು, ತಾವು ಪಡೆದಂಥ ಅನುಭವ, ತಾವು ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸಮನ್ವಯವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇದು ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ಒಂದು ಭವ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ದರ್ಶನ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಗುರೂಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ, ಈ ಶಿವ ಯಾವ ರೂಪದ ಶಿವ ಅಂತ. ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಶಿವನೋ ಯಾವ ಶಿವನೋ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಎಂಬ್ಯೂರೆನ್ಸ್, ಇಂಟಾಕ್ಸಿಕೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಸಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಉನ್ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಉನ್ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ತಪಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಳವಾದಂಥ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥೈಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ದೇಹ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಒಂದಾದಾಗ ಆ ಅಮೃತಗಳಿಗೆ ಉನ್ಮತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಆ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಆ ಅಮೃತ ಗಳಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಮೃತ ಗಳಿಗೆಯನ್ನು, ದೇಹ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಒಂದಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅದು ಯೋಗದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಯೋಗ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಧನೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಕಾಲ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೆ. ನನಗನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಕೊಯಮತ್ತೂರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು 10-15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಣ್ಣಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಿದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅನುಭವ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ದರ್ಶನ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ದಾರಿ ದೀಪ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಅನುಭವಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷಣ ಅನುಭವಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೃತ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಅಮೃತಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಡೀ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ಮಹಾಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಹಿಮಾಲಯದಿಂದ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡಲು ಇವತ್ತು ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನೆಲೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪೂಜೆ ಇದೆ, ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಚರಣೆಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ಇಷ್ಟೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಿನ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳು ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನೈತಿಕತೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವಂಥ ದಿನಗಳಾಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಈ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚರಿತ್ರೆ ಇದೆ. ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಚಾರಿತ್ರ್ಯ. ಈ ದೇಶ ಕೇವಲ ರಸ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಟ್ಟಡಗಳಿಂದ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ದೇಶ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕರು ಚಾರಿತ್ರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದಾಗ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳಗ್ತದೆ ಈ ದೇಶ. ಆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲು ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ನಿರಂತರವಾದ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ, ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಭಾಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವಿಧಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಸುಲಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೊಸ ವಿಧಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಭಾಳ ಸಂಘರ್ಷ ಇದೆ, ಸಮನ್ವಯ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರಿತ್ರ್ಯ, ಆಚರಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮನ್ವಯ ಸಾಧಿಸಲು ಇವತ್ತು ಆದಿ ಯೋಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಆಗಲಿ. ಈ ಭಾಗದ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಸುಧಾಕರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಉತ್ತರೋತ್ತರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತದೆ, ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕೃಷಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ, ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ, ತಂತ್ರಾಂಶ ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸದಾಕಾಲ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಭೂಮಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡೀ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಭವ್ಯ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಕ್ರಮಣ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಭಾಗ್ಯ. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದಲೇ ಸದ್ಗುರುಜಿಯವರು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಿಂದನೇ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಈ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಯಾವುದ್ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಗೊಂದಲ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಗುರುಗಳು ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ತಾವು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ನಾನು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೋನಿಗೆ ಬಂದೆ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಏನು ಜಾದು ಆಗಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಮಾತನಾಡೋದು ಅಂದ್ರಿ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ, ಆವಾಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಹೀಗೆ ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ. ಇದರ ದರ್ಶನ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಭಾರತದಿಂದ ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದರ ದರ್ಶನವಾಗಲಿ. ದರ್ಶನ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ದರ್ಶನ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಅಂತರ ದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಈ ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for your presence this evening and those inspiring words. May I now request Sadhguru to give his closing remarks, please.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ. So, it's incredible to have all of you here today. The most important thing is that spiritual process is not for those who are reclusive. Spiritual process essentially means that before you start your life, you want to know as much as possible about yourself. Even if you buy a new phone, I'm sure you read the instruction manual. But such a phenomenal being, I want you to understand, when you say, I'm a human being, you are a product of millions of years of research and development, which in your school textbook got dismissed with a single word, evolution. Evolution is a very painstaking research and development that happened by nature, and slowly you evolve to this possibility. A human being has the most sensitive neurological system and highest level of experience possible on the planet. But unfortunately, most human beings, or I wouldn't say most, many human beings have turned this into a tragic affair of painful way of living. So, Adiyogi and his 112 tools are about this, how to live with exuberance and ecstasy every moment of your life. This is not a pipe dream. You don't need a pipe for this. This is all internal. This is a powerful way to live. It's my wish and my blessings. Everyone, every human being should have this. I must tell you my problem. Can I tell you my problem? This problem started 40 years ago. One afternoon, I was sitting on the Chamundi hill and I thought it was a few minutes, but I just burst into an ecstatic state, and this lasted for about 4.5 hours. For the first time in my adult life, tears were flowing down. Me and tears were not possible, but tears were flowing down and every cell in my body was dripping ecstasy. My skeptical mind could not come to terms with it. I struggled with it for some time and nobody was around me to tell me what was happening to me. All I knew was, I've hit a gold mine and I don't want to lose it. On that day, or after a few weeks, when it got stabilized and I started living like that most of the time during the day and learning to mask it so that you don't look crazy to other people. Now I can afford to be a little crazy, you know. So, then I sat down and made a plan. What is it? What is it that is making me ecstatic? When I looked at it, I discovered if I keep a little distance from my physiological process and my psychological process, every cell in my body will go into nameless ecstasies. Then I thought, this is it. I thought, this is it. I'm going to make the entire world blissful. On that day, the world's population was 5.6 billion people. So I sat down and made a plan. 2.5 years, I will make the whole world blissful. 40 years, look at me. Today, people are saying that we're touching over 2.7, 2.8 billion. Last year, our video views have been 3.51 billion. But no, I'm telling you my problems. Don't celebrate my problems. But population has become 8 billion, it's becoming further and further. So, will you help me to increase or improve my percentage? What do you have to do for that? You must become joyful and ecstatic, that's all. What is so difficult about it? The difficulty is just this: you are in a make-believe world. What you think is real, that's a problem. It is just like if you have a dream when you're asleep, and some people will, allow these dreams to terrorize them. Some people experience them joyfully, some people go through all kinds of things. But a dream is a dream, a thought is a thought, an emotion is an emotion. These are all things generated by you unconsciously. If only you become conscious, your thought, your emotion, your dream and your life and your destiny will be the way you want. Through the means of yoga, if you have some mastery over your body, physical body, 15 to 20% of your life and your destiny will be determined by you. If you have some mastery over your mind or psychological process, 50 to 60% of your life and destiny will be in your hands. If you take charge of your emotional process, if that is determined by you, then 70 to 80% of your life and destiny will be in your hands. If you take the very life energies into your hands, if you have some mastery over that, 100% of your life and destiny will be in your hands. You must know this in this lifetime, don't postpone it to another. Vain human beings who do not know how to live well here, who do not know the joy of their existence, they create heavens elsewhere. Heaven is the most criminal idea on the planet. Essentially, somebody is telling you, this is not the place to live, there is a better place to go somewhere. If there's a better place to go, why are you not gone? Hello? Those of you who know there is a better place, why are you still not gone, why are you still here? If there's a better place, you must be gone. So, this is the place to live. And how do you know? Do you have any proof that you are not already in heaven and making a mess out of it? Hello? How do you know? Do you have proof that you are not already in heaven and making a mess out of it? This is heaven, but you are not yet a heavenly being, that's the problem. That can happen. This is what Adiyogi represents. 112 ways, whichever way you want to choose. Oh, should I do 112 ways of yoga? No, one. One will do. If you have 5 doors in your house, do you have to go out of 5 doors? No, if you open one door, you can go out. That's how it is. So here we are, I must tell you something because I spent certain amount of my childhood in Chikkaballapur. And from our home, from my grandfather's place, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಕವರೆ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ, ಕವರಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಗವಲ್ಕೊಂಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ತೆಲುಗಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೌರವ್ರ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನರ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ, ದುಶ್ಯಾಸನ, ಕೀಚಕ, ಶಕುನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಜನ ಅವರು. ಅದು ಬೇಡ ನಮಗೆ, ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ್ದೇನೆಂದರೆ, these hills, I must tell you this, I have heard so many stories. When I walked up that hill, I didn't see anybody, but my mother used to say that she went up the hill as a young girl, and there used to be a yogi who initiated so many people into spiritual process, and she also held this initiation so sacred that all her life, till her last day, she kept that practice. She was initiated when she was 11-year-old girl. Till she died, till her last day, she kept the practice. So, this is not my plan. I didn't think of coming to Chikkaballapur, but somehow it has drawn me here. So I bow down to this Kavaribetta, and we will ensure that this place becomes a vibrant spiritual process for millions of people. And I want you to be ready. All the local people who are here, you must be ready for this. There will be huge influx of people from all over the world. Literally every nation on the planet will be here, one way or the other. Thank you very much. And once again, my gratitude and thanks to our Honorable Chief Minister and our beloved Chikkaballapur Minister. I know he has many portfolios, but I call him Chikkaballapur Minister. Thank you very much.
त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय
Here, there is somebody that you must meet. If the cameras can catch Natalie. This is Natalie Marseille from France. She started in France on 21st of June as a part of the Save Soil movement. She's been cycling since then. Over 8,000 kilometers, this little lady, come here. This little lady, I'm not so dangerous, you can take off your helmet, huh? It's okay. So look at her, how small she is. 8,000 kilometers she's been pedaling on that cycle. 10 countries she's covered and still on. Hey, come on. This is the kind of commitment. This is the kind of commitment that will fulfill this mission of Save Soil. I'm happy to inform you that over 81 nations today are in the process of forming soil policies, soil regeneration policies, and it is all because of many people like Natalie, but nobody as tough as her, huh? Look at her. Thank you. You want to say something?
I'm so grateful to be here, and well, if I have been inspired with somebody, it's here. So
wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm sorry they missed it. Is it time to go home or you want to spend the night here, huh? If you want to acclimatize yourself for the coming Mahashivratri, well, Yogeshwar Linga is open for you. Everybody, if you wish to, you can line up properly. Please make sure there's not too much push and pull, or there is no push and pull. Everybody can offer or, do Jala Abhisekam for the Yogeshwar Linga, and it's a fortune. You can even be in contact with the Linga, so it's an opportunity for you. So, it'll be hard on the volunteers, but we are willing to keep it open for the whole night if you are going to make use of it. Thank you very much, wonderful. But you not… you… hey. Hey. You guys have not been as lively as I expected you to be. Bangalore. When I say something, 2 seconds, bah, bah. What is this? I have to… Yogi Shiva Mahadev! Start again. I want to hear